Summer's coming in hot. Literally. If there's one thing I'm not messing around with this summer, it's my deodorant. And Mando deodorant plus sweat control is built for this season. Mando is clinically proven to block odor all day and to control odor for up to 72 hours. It's powerful on pits, but gentle on skin. It helps control sweat too. This isn't your typical drugstore stick. It's a high-performance shield built for you whether you're out grilling in 90-degree temperature or you're working out in the sun. I stocked up on the solid stick and the spray deodorant, and I got my favorite scent, Mount Fuji, to help beat the heat this summer. You can now find Mando in Walmart, Target, and other retailers across the country. But you want the absolute best deal? Go to shopmando.com. I recommend the Mando Starter Pack. It is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products, and free shipping. Plus, as an offer to all new customers, my listeners get 20% off site-wide. All you gotta do is use my code Chael when you visit shopmando.com. Support our show, tell them Chael sent you. Mando has got you covered. What's the return policy on a weight for your Donaker? How do you return that? The device, with the hook and the chain and the weight on it. Conor's device, like what? How do you get one? Now, in Oregon, you would likely get it as a gag gift. People think that's funny for certain events. Bachelor party would be a fine example. You could come across a weight that hooks on said Donaker, and they would assume that you're like going to re-gift it or wrap it up or get it to somebody else. When you keep it at your house, where do you keep it? And I'm not certain that it would come as a gag gift. I'm sure like there's another way. I looked it up. Amazon will deliver it to you. And if you're a Prime member, you have 30 days. You could return it. But the problem is when you get one, even if you don't return it, how do you know that that's not a returned item from somebody else? And it's also been on their Donaker. How would you get one? And don't forget, see, it's not like Conor's house is not like your house, where you walk up the street and get the mail. It's not like that. He's got a house manager or a butler, depending on what the title is, but so they would receive the package. If you order the package, they would receive the package. So then do you tip them off? Do you form a relationship over there? Hey, when you get that, set it aside. And how does that work? There, of course, is other ways. You could walk right into the store. But if you do go into the store, do you try it on? How do you know if you're going to have the right size? How do you know when you put that initial weight on there that it's not just going to rip your Donaker off? Just for example. And that's one I really don't think you guys have thought about. When you put that weight on there and you let go, this is how people drowned on purpose. They will throw a weight and then you can't come back. My thought is you start on the ground, okay? I think you start on the ground. So you hook it to the Donaker, the weight's now on the ground. You then slowly gain elevation and see what you can handle, and if you make it all the way up, you pop in the closet and you send it to a 4 on Twitter. I guess. And then what happens when the rest of the house finds out you have one, or your buddies find out you have one because you take it in your personal closet as opposed to a hotel closet? And a hotel closet, that would open up a whole nother assortment of problems because that would mean he traveled with the Donaker device. And then you run the risk that security gets it or somebody goes through or the sniffy dog comes over to your bag, right? Like if you got cocaine and you got the device, you're running a very big risk. So now you're in your closet, you put it out, the world knows. Does it turn out you have a box of things for your Donaker? It's kind of hard to believe that you would start with the weight. That just seems advanced to me. It seems like, well, baseball, you go to first base, you get to second base, and you advance to third. It just seems like that. If somebody did cocaine, you would never have to ask them if they've drank. You would never have to say, okay, we got this coke issue. Hey, do you do booze? Like, you would never have to ask them. Nobody gets to cocaine. They would have smoked pot and they would have drank before they got to cocaine. And I feel like the weighted device on a chain made to fit your specific self would be like third base. I feel like that would be high up there. So when we talk about where do you keep the Donaker device, I would assume there's other devices. I would assume it's like a box. How do you know somebody's not going to come in your closet? And again, it's not like your closet. He doesn't clean his closet. He has people that come over, they clean the closet. So then, do they sign an NDA? There's a lot of moving parts here. I believed on first glance that when you put it on, you go to the mirror, and don't forget, I mean, like, the lighting was right. He was centered up pretty good. My guess is he took multiple pictures and then went through them and found the one where he thought that he looked best. But I really thought that was the story. But now that I think about it, where you get the device, the contraption, might be a more interesting part of the story.